This Fleet Equipment Unscripted interview is presented by Hendrickson, a leading manufacturer of heavy-duty suspension systems and components to the global commercial transportation industry. Visit hendrickson-intl.com to learn more.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jason Morgan, Content Director for Fleet Equipment, and welcome to Fleet Equipment Unscripted. Today, we're talking with Tim Abel, truck stop and original equipment sales manager for Double Coin Tires. Tim, great to see you. Thanks for taking the time.
Jason, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Excited to talk about really fuel-efficient tires here because I know Double Coin rolled out numerous SmartWay verified truck tires at events earlier this year. And I kind of want to touch on this because I think there's been a lot of talk about truck technology, right? I think going back to some of the basics of SmartWay verification, but tire technology hasn't stood still in the past couple of years either. So can you give us a little overview of what does it take to get those tires SmartWay verified?
Great question. The SmartWay verification is an EPA program based on, obviously, the federal government. And its goal is to reduce the rolling resistance of truck tires, whether it be on concrete or asphalt. Typically, a tire manufacturer will develop a product and have it tested independently. And there's a number of independent testing facilities across the nation that do conduct these tests. It's not a real world test. It's actually done in a laboratory over like a steel wheel on a base. A mile per hour is 50 miles per hour, and it has to meet certain criteria. And once it meets that level, the tire manufacturer then applies to the EPA under the SmartWay program with that information and then gets their verification from that process. It can be a very detailed process. There are a number of things that go into a fuel efficient based product that have changed tires dramatically. As you mentioned, there's been a lot of upgrades and a lot of changes in the recent years.
Right, compounding is big. I want to go back to the big bullet point you said of reducing that rolling resistance. Obviously, that's the big thing that's going to make tires roll more efficiently. If there's more rolling resistance, you lose efficiency there. I know you all are working hard on tire design, tire compounding, tread design to try to reduce that and still maintain a good tire life cycle there. But once the tires get out on the road and they're rolling in applications, there's a lot of onus on the fleet managers and the drivers, I think, to reap that fuel efficiency that you all have tried to design in the tires. What do they need to do? What advice do you have for fleet managers and drivers to really get the most fuel efficiency out of those tires?
Well, obviously, select the tire that's best for their application because there's numerous different applications throughout the industry, whether it be long haul, regional, pickup and delivery, things of that nature. But the biggest thing, and it not only applies to fuel efficient products, but all products, is air pressure. There's no question about it. We've been talking in the tire industry, and I haven't been around this long, but for over 120 years. Right. But and it still is the biggest challenge today with regards to tire performance. Some people will chime in about vehicle alignments and maintenance, but air pressure is the most simple, economic way of maximizing the fuel efficiency of either a fuel efficient SmartWay verified product or a standard truck tire.
Right, for sure. And it's amazing that it's still a continual battle. I mean, you mentioned talking about it for 120 years. We still talk about it quite often, too. TPMS systems are becoming more ubiquitous in the market. There's automatic inflation systems on trailers that are more prevalent, but still a battle. You know, one thing I always think about, too, we were chatting a little bit before you got recording, too, about the heat. You're in Florida. I'm in Ohio. I can't hold a candle to your heat, but it's still pretty hot here. We've seen huge weather changes, right? Extreme weather. We see the headlines all the time. What does that mean for tire efficiency and tire inflation? How do these record high and record low temperatures impact tire operation throughout the vehicle's daily operation or even longer term?
Well, for the most part, tires are engineered, and I use that term aggressively because it is a highly technically engineered product to operate at all temperatures. Whether it be the minus 20s when you're up in Minot, South Dakota, or say down here in Central Florida. So you get the minus 20s and the 120s or whatever in the Southwest. Once again, maintenance of those products is the important thing. Too much air pressure, well, it's not a good thing. Too little air pressure is a disastrous thing. The heat that's generated in a product that doesn't have the appropriate air pressure in it will start breaking down the compounds, and the tires will just start systematically coming apart as the molecules start to separate and heat up. So the simple answer there, once again, I fall back to air pressure. And as long as that the air pressure is proper for the load that's being carried by the vehicle, the appropriate speeds are being maintained by the driver as far as maximum speeds are concerned, the tires will perform without any issue, whether it be high or low temperatures that we're experiencing.
Right, for sure. Well, you mentioned the tires coming apart. You know, it is summer. We're all traveling a little bit more. We're all out there on the roads. We see the road gators. Big reason for those tires coming apart. You've worked with a lot of fleets and customers across the board in your time. Are there any standout inflation best practices that you've seen the best of the best perform that you'd want to impart on any fleet manager?
Sure. Well, you touched on it previously in one of your when you mentioned it, and the TPMS systems and the air inflation systems. They've dramatically reduced the amount of road failures caused by air pressure issues. The telematics that the OEMs are putting on their vehicles these days are giving drivers a lot more information. Instead of having to be able to look in their rearview mirror and watching the tires smoke and then come apart, which is far too late. It can tell them almost immediately when that air pressure drops a single PSI or maybe 5 PSI. It allows them the opportunity to get off the road, get it repaired, save the fleet a ton of money from road service calls, having to buy a product over the road, downtime. A lot of it will help them dramatically. So TPMS is one of the big things that is going to make it's going to revolutionize it if that can become a standard practice with all fleets. And unfortunately, some fleets don't see the value in it as of yet. But as a tire manufacturer representative, we see a dramatic decrease in failures when those systems are used properly and maintained, and information and the data that is collected is put to practice.
Right. Well, yeah, and I mean, to your point too, on those telematic systems that do have the tire inflation and tire temperature, wheel temperature, they have a lot of these things. It can be a little bit of data overload. But I think back years ago, I was kind of riding along with a fleet maintenance manager, and one thing that he said that always stuck out with me is if he could just manage his tires, everything else would be in the green for the shop. You know what I mean? If it was just tires, we could do that. I do want to bring it back real quick, lastly, for you on the SmartWay verification, to go back to it, right? Because you all are going through the SmartWay process. You're getting them verified. You're telling fleets, hey, these are fuel efficient tires. We've talked about what the fleet responsibility and driver responsibility is to maintain that pressure. How much can they impact that? You know, you often give them a range of, hey, these tires are X more efficient than non-SmartWay verified tires. If I'm not operating them properly through inflation, how much am I losing out? Is there an idea of how inefficient I could be just by pure operation?
Sure. The typical SmartWay verified product claims that they can achieve usually about 3 to 5% improvement in rolling resistance, which they can equate to fuel savings and wear and tear on the vehicle and things of that nature. On the contrary, once again, air pressure, if a tire is down 5 PSI, for example, that will negate any type of fuel efficient value that is going to be saved by the construction of the product and things of that nature.
Wow. And I mean, it's hard to see 5 psi, right? If even that small, you don't even get into the realm of what you can like visually see in your walk around inspection if you're just kicking the tires, right? I mean, that's a huge loss.
And that's why we have gauges, because it is a very small, non-visual type of thing, and I said that's why it's important that a truck tire, the walkarounds are done daily, or with every time that they get out of the truck, just a visual inspect, but that air pressure is checked at least monthly, if not more often.
Right, for sure. Because that daily check, that's a very important safety check. That actual gauge, huge efficiency, important for efficiency check. Very cool. Tim, I appreciate you taking the time. I've learned a lot. I'm sure I'll talk to you again very soon.
Well, I look forward to it. There's a lot of information out there, and I think shows like yours do a great service in help informing the owner operator, the fleet manager, everybody that's involved with transportation.